Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be playing the Waffen F1.0. Now, this tank, I know we've only made one video about the tank, and I did manage to get the tank. Now, this tank is a very frustrating tank because it's basically a tank that everybody has been speculating, or not even speculating, everybody for years have wanted this tank in the game. Like, everybody has wanted this tank in the game for so long. And when Wargaming announced that they were going to be selling it, a lot of people were like, oh my god, I really want this tank. But no word of a lie, no word, I'm not joking. This tank has to be one of the most wanted tanks in the game, but when you've got it, it is a tank that you wished you would never have. And that's just my opinion. Now, they have made it a bit better in giving it a couple of different shell types. So, of course, you have 3 shells or you have the 5 shells. Now, me personally, I like running it with the 3 shells because, one, it has the higher alpha, and with the 5 shells, you have to sort of expose yourself for a little bit longer. And not always are you going to be able to get the 5 shells out unless someone's AFK or in the open. A lot of people, you kind of get a shot when they're next to a corner. You might get 2 shots, you might get 3 shots off, and then they go round the corner and you've got nothing else available, so you have to reload your gun anyway. So personally, I prefer it with the 3-shot gun, but it is a tank that everybody wanted, and now no one wants. So we're going to look at the stats, and then we are going to get into game. Now, as I've said, we are running it with the 3-gun shell. Now, the turret on this thing is absolutely poor, 48, but what Wargaming did do is buff the hull, so 185. So you're not going to bounce in pretty much anything, but what you will do is at least not get some HE damage into your hull. You're still going to take it onto your turret, but you're not going to get it into your hull at least. So your DPM, 2,848 with the 3-shot gun. However, if you run it with the 5-shot gun, you do actually lose, where is it? You lose a little bit of DPM, not much. I mean, 34, which is nothing, to be fair. So your magazine reload, let me just go back, sorry. So your magazine reload is almost 30 seconds, and that is, in all fairness, is what I hate about the tank. The fact that it is so big, it's almost impossible to hide, and the fact that you've got almost half a minute of not doing anything is like, it's a crazy number. Almost 30 seconds, 29 seconds is a crazy amount of time of not doing anything. Also, you have the 3.53 reload in between each shell. So your penetration is 292 on your AP, which is very good, and also your heat is 396. So your penetration is actually very good. 81 on your HE. You've got a 570 alpha gun with the 3-shot gun. So yeah, 3 of them, you know, you're doing a lot of damage very quickly, but then you do have to wait almost 30 seconds to do more. So 570 on your AP, 480 on your heat, and 870 on your HE. So even your HE, if you manage to get 3 shells out on your HE and then do nothing, that's still a good amount of damage, to be fair. That really is a good amount of damage. Yes, you have to wait 30 seconds, but you've just done over 2,000 damage in 3 shots. So your aim time 4.1, which of course isn't great, which you can expect with a tank like this. The same as the gun dispersion, 0.353. Yeah, it's nothing special. You do have 8 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of just 38 kilometers per hour. So we're going to get into a game. It's not going to be the best of games. Let's just click on this one. I'm not sure how we do. This one's okay, but it does show it does suffer, to be fair. So, you know, it's one of the most difficult tanks in the game to play. Honestly, like, not even just tier 10, I do honestly think that this tank is one of the most difficult tanks in the game to play, which is why not many people do like it, because, you know, you have to get into, it's all about positioning. with this tank. It's not like you can rush forward with your team, because you are going to be focused. Like if you rush with your mediums or if you rush with your heavies, you are the one that is going to be focused. You also get spotted from a mile away, so you have to bear that in mind. Like I'm behind a push, I'm in the corner here, I get spotted from the Vickers, which, okay, he is a light tank, but because I'm spotted, it now allows me not to do anything. Like I can't do anything because I'm spotted. As soon as I expose myself, I'm gonna get freaking wrecked. And I know there is a Death Star on the enemy team, and I don't want to lose almost all my hit points. If he can do 1600 damage, I've only got 200 hit points left from that Death Star. So you do have to be very, very careful. Now, the reason I've made a move now is because I know that the Death Star is round on the right side, the heavy's on the right side, so I've decided to make my move to the left with the mediums at least, and try and sort of just reposition myself. So there's the Leopard. One shot, 600 hit points, very, very good. Two shots, 582, and now sort of with 3 shells, he is almost dead. He's almost dead. If I would have high rolled just a little bit more, he would be dead with just 3 shells. So, you know, that is the plus thing with the tank. But the minus thing is now I am on a mega long reload. Now, luckily, I have no one sort of focusing me. I have no one around me, so I can reload in peace. But another thing is sometimes you do have shells. Even though they're not looking at you, you do have shells available. Or, you know, sorry, you've got somebody available to shoot, but you're reloading. So sometimes you're waiting for over 30 seconds to take the shot, and by then that tank may have moved. Now I got lucky there with the IS-7, and now this is where I'm saying you can suffer, because I'm reloading. If that Caro 45T would have come up towards me, then I'd be dead, and there is literally nothing I would be able to do about it. But luckily he just totally ignores me, allows me to reload. The STRVK also ignores me for now, which allows me to reload my whole magazine. Unluckily for me, the Death Star just goes out of sight. But this is where I mean, like, you could suffer. So it's now a 3 versus 4. I don't have the hit points just to rush in. I don't have the speed just to rush in. And then the STRVK is pretty much going a hold down position, so I'm still going to struggle to penetrate him soon. So I do get 1 shot off, and am I able to get the 2nd shot off? Yes, I do, but then he does back up in time, and then now I get shot from that guy. I just couldn't do anything, and that's where this tank does suffer. I did still manage to get out 4.3k damage, so, you know, still a decent amount of damage, but, you know, it really does suffer. The tank suffers in almost every aspect, apart from the alpha that it's got, which is good alpha. You know, it does suffer in almost every other aspect, and people were hoping that it was going to have mega alpha, like maybe the Death Star kind of alpha. Yeah, it doesn't. It is an auto loader. A lot of people complain about the Death Star because of the alpha, so I didn't really think they were going to do another tank with massive alpha like the Death Star. But, you know, again, as I said at the beginning, it's the tank everybody wanted, but now no one wants. And I think the title for that is just fantastic, because that is how I've always seen this tank. Everybody wanted it, but no one wants. So let me know if you got the Waffen F1.0 and what do you really think about the tank. Let me know in the comments below. But for now, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.